Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to make this video about meltdowns and tantruming because we were dealing with it this morning and it just really got me thinking um, about what a problem it can be if you don't know how to manage tantrums and meltdowns, especially if you are a new parent or guardian of someone on the spectrum. I feel like it can be a lot to handle. So I just wanted to give my tips and what we do personally to manage meltdowns and tantrums. My son is a little older now, he's 7, so he doesn't tend to melt down or tantrum as much as he did when he was 3. And he is more verbal now. So I think that's another thing, maybe understanding why they have tantrums and meltdowns. My son's, I feel like his stemmed from his inability to communicate verbally. I think he would get really frustrated, and that's how he would basically, sorry, I just got a text message. That's how he would get out his frustrations because he couldn't tell us why he was upset or what he wanted. So he would just cry and he would scream. And at the time, when my son was diagnosed, I was in my early 20s. And I had no experience with autism, so I had no idea what to do, and I would just get so frustrated and so overwhelmed, and I would just want to cry alongside of him because I didn't know how to make it stop or to help him or how to understand what he wanted or how he was feeling or what he needed. So I feel like over time you kind of acquire this knowledge of what your child needs and wants. But I feel like the biggest thing when it comes to meltdowns and tantrums is to keep your composure, because if you are sitting there freaking out alongside of them, it's not going to help them. I feel like if you're calm and you kind of get down to their level and you speak to them calmly and keep your cool, I think they're more likely to calm down. That's how my son was, because initially I would freak out alongside of him. You know, why are you crying? What's wrong? What's wrong? It's not like he could tell me, oh, hey, this is what's wrong. So I don't even know why I would ask, but, over time you start to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and what worked for me was speaking calmly to my son. And as he got older and he learned more and he gained more language, we saw less meltdown tantruming. I feel like we started to, not like a reward system, but more like positive reinforcement and redirecting. We heard that all the time. Redirect, redirect, redirect. If they're doing something you don't want them to do, redirect. And I'm like, what the hell is redirecting? Like what am I supposed to do? Take his attention off something he's obsessing on. And honestly, if you find something that they like, then it's easy to redirect them. My son loves bubbles, and he loves music, and he loves, really anything musical. He loves music. And he loves to swim. Like a lot of kids with autism, they love water. So we started to basically tell him, like, look, if you do this, then you can go swimming. If you go and have a good day at school, we'll take you swimming after. If you, a lot of times if he's tantruming, we'll tell him, if you stop, and you're good, then we'll do this. And I feel like it's a lot of trial and error. It's like anything else. You're going to learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you. I personally feel like my best advice to give anyone dealing with this at the time is to keep your composure. The first doctor that we saw told us, just ignore him. Just ignore the tantrum. I don't feel like that's necessarily, just in my opinion, I don't feel like that's necessarily the best way to go, because if you're ignoring them, like, you're not taking care of the problem. But I think acknowledging what's going on and giving a solution to the problem, and then kind of just not reacting, because a lot of time my son was looking for a reaction. He would do something, like he would go do something he knew he wasn't supposed to do, and he'd be like staring at me, and then a lot of times if I wouldn't acknowledge what he was doing, he would just start freaking out and crying. And then when I would, ask him what's wrong, what's going on, he would stop. So I think that that's my best advice. Keep your cool, stay calm, don't freak out, I know it's like so overwhelming. Trust me, I've been through it. I've seen I've seen pretty much everything when it comes to tantruming. And I think it's easier said than done, but over time when you realize, like I said in my last video, they're not giving you a hard time, they're having a hard time. And no matter how hard you think you have it, you have no idea what it's like to walk in their shoes. So try your best to be calm and cool, and the tantrum and the meltdown will eventually stop. You can't scream all day long. It's physically impossible. So anyways, that's my little video for the day. If you like this video, please like it. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.